Sega.
Welcome to the bad blood final between Lionheart and Prince of Macedon. So Prince of Macedon has taken 5 of his demigriffs, 5 great swords, that's making up his right wing. He has 5 handgunners, 5 spearmen. He also has Karl Franz on Deathclaw. And then on his left wing, he has 5 halberdiers and 5 Reichsguard and an Empire Captain, Pegasus, behind him yet again. Standard formation, infantry in the centre, and his damage dealers both on his right and left wing. So Lionheart's setup is slightly different. He has hidden some Hex Wraiths in the woods. He also has 5 Graveguard, 4 Blood Knights. He also has the Vargeists, and he also has some Cane Wraiths. His front line is zombies, skeletons, and Vargolf. He also has a Wraith King. He also has Manfred on his Zombie Dragon and Terrorgeist as well. Then over on his left he has his Crypt Horrors. He also has Graveguard with great weapons, and hiding in the woods he has some more of his Blood Knights. So a very well-rounded force here, once again kind of relying on his cavalry components, but also mixing in his monstrous and flying creatures, which are going to give a lot of variety and a lot of flexibility to his army. So you can see both armies here kind of setting up. You can see that Lionheart kind of has a hill advantage here. He's going to make the most of it. Obviously, he has a few hidden troops in the woods on both his left and right flanks, but he's using his flying infantry just to continue to move forward, always keep Prince of Macedon guessing, who's pretty much got a very straightforward setup on his army, not really too much movement on it. He's set it up for a charge on both his left and right wing with a more holding centre, but he does have his Empire Captains and Karl Franz who will be able to move across the battlefield nice and quickly. And you can see here that Vargolf is going to move forward, take this high ground, and give Lionheart a bit of a height advantage on his left wing, and with that he'll be able to move up the rest of his troops. As you can see here, he is kind of edging towards his left flank here, where he'll put his Graveguard on the left, and his Graveguard as well on the right there. And Prince of Macedon is simply waiting for the right opportunity to do something. So it's like height advantage. It's good for his Vargolf and the Crypt Horrors and the Graveguard on this left wing, a slight advantage. This is going to be a good setup really for Lionheart, as he will be looking down on his opponent, but only slightly. But he does have a lot of hidden units still as well. So a lot of waiting really, positioning, and really waiting to see who will make the first move in this matchup. You can see those Hex Wraiths still, and those Blood Knights on that left wing, just waiting really, trying to see exactly what the moves are going to be from Prince of Macedon, whose army, like I said, is pretty much in the open, nothing hidden, everything just waiting the moment to strike. And it looks like that attack is going to come as he's moving up his cavalry now, and his infantry on his right wing. So the first moves coming out of Prince of Macedon with his cavalry moving forward on his left wing. That will be his Reichsguard, as they are going to make a charge at the Graveguard on the right flank of Lionheart, and over on Lionheart's left flank going to be a charge from the demigriffs and the great swords, and this is where it's going to be the most painful, as they have a perfect matchup for V troops there. The Reichsguard are going to be the first to engage in this battle as the Vargeists come down though and try and interrupt that charge, and they do a good job of it, but it's over on Lionheart's left where the big damage is going to come in. As you can see, those demigriff knights charging in. The Vargeist is there as well, trying to mess up that attack as possible. In come the Terrorgeist as well, but this is a matchup that really goes well for great swords and the demigriff knights, as they really fight well against infantry and monstrous creatures. You can see the Blood Knights there trying to wrap around that flank, and Manfred as well on his Zombie Dragon trying to get into a good position to either engage or to use magic. We're not too sure just yet, but you can see this is a dangerous situation for the Vampire Counts, as there are wavering flags across the battlefield as those great swords are doing damage. And it looks like the first spell, there's Winds of Death, and oh my god, that is killing everything. Loads of great sword units just died, and that is turning what could have been a victorious attack into a possible rout. Karl Franz has been sent in trying to keep calm in the ranks here, but there are white banners everywhere, and those great swords are starting to flee the field, and this looks like it might swing in Lionheart's favour here. You can see the centre is starting to move forward. They're getting shot at by those gunners, but skeletons and zombies don't particularly care so much about that. Over on Lionheart's right flank, though, you can see this attack has really just become bogged down. There are Wraiths, Vargeists, lots of Graveguard, and other cavalry as well. So this flank really hasn't made much progress. You can see the centre here engaging now. It is Spearman versus Spearman, Empire versus Vampire Counter, and zombies in there as well. You can see that Lionheart's almost lost Manfred here. He's on low HP. He's having to use his magic to try and get his HP back up again. This is crisis. If Lionheart loses his commander here, there's no way he's going to be able to win this battle. Those Demigryphs are still holding in fine, but you can see here there is going to be a Wraith King, and he might get involved later on, which will be disastrous for that flank. Over on Lionheart's right, you see the Empire Captain trying to keep his troops bolstered up for combat and using his AoEs best he can. Once again, you can see magic missile being fired there by Lionheart onto Karl Franz, and that Wraith King finally decides to charge in and get into combat. And this is going to be disastrous for the front line of Prince of Macedon, because as soon as a hero is involved, especially a melee one, the Wraith King, he will do a tremendous amount of damage. The aerial battle continues as Manfred is still running away from Prince of Macedon, but he's using his healing magic constantly to keep himself high HP. While Karl Franz, though, eventually has been worn down by that Terrorgeist, and he is going to be chased from the field here. And that is a massive victory for Lionheart, whose commander was so close to dying so many times. The Graveguard trying to wrap around that centre now, and you can also see the Vargolf is charging into the skirmish line, chasing down those gunners and doing a hell of a lot of damage as well. Slowly but surely that front line has started to collapse under the sheer weight of zombie skeletons and the Wraith King, as he is slowly killing everything in front of him. And over on Lionheart's right, a cav charge finally freeing himself up. Everything's been bogged down on that flank for quite a while. And you can see handgunners doing what they can, and Karl Franz has left the battlefield there, and this is looking really bad for the Prince of Macedon now. And this is dire times for the Empire troops now, as their centre is starting to collapse. The Vampire troops are everywhere across the battlefield right now, and even the gunners are in hand-to-hand combat where they do not want to be. And the Vargolf here is going to make a run at those handgunners. Sheer weight of firepower going into the Vargolf there, and eventually they bring it down, but that might be the last hurrah for the Empire here. And it's pretty much just down to the handgunners now. They're completely surrounded though, cavalry behind them, Terrorgeist in the sky, but they are making the last hurrah, firing into everything they can, a little box formation. Over on this flank, it's really just the Empire captains, but they're being chased themselves by Manfred after he's newly healed up mount as he's chasing them from battlefield, and that is pretty much it. Every other Empire troop is just fleeing the battlefield now. Crypt Horrors are in there, cavalry are in there, and this is GG, and it looks like it will be Lionheart who takes the victory here over Prince of Macedon. Good game to both Prince of Macedon and Lionheart. Lionheart takes the victory using very good use of his magic on his left wing, able to wrap up those great swords, and with that able to really turn that attack from Prince of Macedon back on himself, and able to just wrap up the rest of the infantry and the skirmish troops. And also, more importantly, being able to keep his legendary lord Manfred alive by the use of healing magic. He was in dire need of keeping his hero alive. If your legendary lord goes down in those kind of fights, you're pretty much dead. So it was great control there by Lionheart. Commiserations to Prince of Macedon, Heir of Carthage, and Pixelated Apollo, all of which who took part. And we'll see you guys soon.